So it's middle of March, kayaking on the St. Croix River National Scenic Riverway. And ice has just been out, and actually there's a lot of floating ice already. Iceberg dead ahead. Here's a little ice chunk right here. I'm gonna bonk it lightly. A lot of weight to it. Most of it is underwater. It's close to 70 degrees here today, so it's quite nice. I really like this paddle. It's a Bending Branches paddle, which is where I live. Osceola, Wisconsin makes Bending Branch aqua bound paddles. It's got a carbon fiber shaft, and it's got the 3 little spots. So when the wind is bad, you turn that to one of the sides and it'll cut into the wind more, so it's better, but it's more efficient doing it this way when there's no wind. And if you catch a big fish, you can measure on there if you want, but I've never used that for that. The drip lines, most kayak paddles have this, but I bring them right about there. So when they go in the water, you don't want to go past the drip line, because then the water will run down this and then drip into the water, as opposed to running down here and then getting your hands wet. And that's kind of like one of the tricks too I found when I paddled the entire Mississippi River. And on rainy days, it doesn't matter if you wear a rain jacket, because like your arms are going to be up at some point when you're paddling. You know, I try to paddle shallow like this, but the water's going to hit your arms no matter what. And then that runs down your sleeve, and it runs down your pants and your legs, so you're soaked. Go for it. You're going to go up on it. So you go hard, and then lean back. Woohoo! We're on an iceberg. Iceberg on my big kayak. I've never been on an iceberg on my big kayak. This is what is the name of this thing? It's a Riot Edge, I think is the name of this one. I think it's 14 feet long, and I have 2 Old Town Otters, classic short ones. Those things are tanks. Then I have a Wilderness Systems Pungo 120, like 12 feet, I guess. Oh, it's super slippery. This is dangerous. Oh, it feels weird. So I'm out of the kayak, standing on the ice. There's my kayak there. But I'm coming to just graze it. Maybe? And that broke off a little bit. So now, like getting off this, here's what I do. I put these in here, and actually I want to take it easy with this. I've done this so many times that the edge of this is getting a little cut up. But I put these in here, and then I just kind of rock back with the phone on here. But now it's going to get kind of tippy. There's a lot of ice underneath. I might just do that shelf. So I don't want to tip in. I want to do it fast. There, that wasn't so tippy that time. And along the side here, this thing is what puts up and down my rudder. So it's up right now, it's down. So that brings it up. And then when I go down, I don't have to put it all the way down. It can be kind of shallow if there's a lot of rocks, if I'm taking hairpin turns. Yeah, I like this kayak. I think I got it from REI. I think it was like $600 new. And it's held up pretty good. There's some other stuff in here that I use when I'm doing a wheel portage. I took these baby carriage wheels, and somehow I hook a strap around this, and then the little baby stroller wheels go underneath, and then I pick up the front and I just carry it. If I had double wheels, then I wouldn't have to carry the bow, but I'm just trying to have less weight. On the Mississippi River too, I didn't filter any of that water. I just had a big collapsible water jug on the top, and then just got water, had a spigot whenever I found one. Being so hot though, it kind of tastes like plastic. It was kind of gross. Looks like another iceberg up there, so I might try to go hit that one. I thought that was an eagle. It was. There's so many birds. There's white swans, trumpeter swans, geese, eagles, ducks. There goes some trumpeter swans. And go to my campsite. Here's a campsite here too, on an island. Got the little sign there. And then they have river miles under it. So if you have the map, you can kind of look. My eyes aren't so good, but I think that says 48.1. So this is 48 miles from the start, I think. River miles? Or maybe it's going down. I don't know if where mile 0 is. Is that the confluence in Prescott? Or is it the beginning in Solon Springs? I don't know. Somewhere in the middle, I guess we are now. So I'm going upstream right now. Got a motorboat behind me. They just hit some ice. I'm doing eddy hopping. So, like these eddies is what they call when the water's moving slower behind an object, wood or rocks or whatever. But it's slower on the side, so I can go upstream a little more efficiently along the side. I remember when I was doing the Mississippi River, I was past New Orleans, past mile 0, there's a place called South Pass, and it goes out to the Gulf of Mexico, or America. At the time it was called Gulf of Mexico. And that's pretty easy. The alligators are all on the side. I'm in the middle. They're not bothering me. But the next day when I'm paddling up, the alligators are on the side. So whenever I came to an alligator, I had to go out or back to the other side. And it was tough doing that. The South Pass is about 10 miles. And I was hoping to catch a hitch on a crab boat or a fishing boat back up to Venice, Louisiana. But that's what a lot of people do when they paddle the whole Mississippi. So they hitch a ride on a fishing boat. But big thunderstorm coming up, and I was paddling so hard, so tired, kind of scared of the alligators. And I get 17 miles up from the Gulf, 3 miles from Venice. Finally, a crab boat, 3 guys, funny gentlemen, picked me up. Gave me some alcohol to drink, some fresh lunch. It's pretty fun. Yeah, so thankful for that fishing boat to give me a ride the last 3 miles. So I was tired. Coming up to Eagle's Nest Landing. Hit the shore kind of quick. Looks like a shallow side on this side. I'll just hit it. There we go. I believe this is buckthorn, which is invasive. They have like tons of people trying to get rid of this stuff, but it burns really good. Problem is now there's seeds, birds eat them and they spread them everywhere, and it takes over everything. This is all buckthorn, so they try to eradicate. So it's fine to take this stuff because it's like the worst invasive plants in Wisconsin right now. And this horsetail stuff I will use later to clean out my pots. Native Americans, I think, used to use this to clean and sand tools and such. In the winter, or when it's really wet, I really like that's hanging up there, so it's not on the floor that's kind of wet on the forest floor. So just trying to get it without getting hit in the face with stuff, and that's really dry. Okay, so we got some birch bark under there, and then some smaller stuff, tinder, and then the kindling, and then you want stuff that breaks, snaps easy. Don't want, like, I got some really bendy stuff. Actually, it's not too bad, but stuff like this, it bends and then it twists, and that'll be fine for later, so I'll save that. I can get this going now, and then add some more stuff as we go. Keep feeding it until it sustains itself. Home. Yeah, it's hot enough. Okay, this is my toenail clipper. Actually, it has a blade on there and a can opener and a bottle opener. So I'm just going to cut this onion up. This is my wood stove top. So that worked out pretty good. Well, I can hear the meat is sizzling. And let's switch this up. So now, got the can opener. Kind of a slow process. The meat is brown. And I got a little bit of water in here from my Sawyer water filter. And actually, this is water from the Ozark Trail, still in there, so that was just a few days ago. So that'll be fine, I think. So we'll start with that. Oh, I got a leak. What's going on? Got a leak, check the O-ring. O-ring seems fine. Yeah, it's totally broke. So that's what the Sawyer Mini looks like when it's broke. I don't think that's fixable. I mean, if I squeeze it through and nothing comes through this part, then it's fine. I don't know. Okay, I'm getting to work. But I put rubber band in my cloth here. So that's leaking this stuff out, pre-filtered, and then after filter's going through, but I'm losing probably about as much. So this is going in garbage when I get home. Unless I can super glue it, maybe. I think I'm just going to use the water from here to make the instant potatoes. The instant potatoes don't have to cook. So I'm just going to do that. And then this has a hole in it. Man, it's getting dark already. Don't see the moon. If it's full, it should be up when the sun sets. It should be right behind me. We'll put in here as much as we can. Fill it to the top. It's going to be pretty thick. It's going to be like a ramen bomb consistency. Good thing I'm not making this in the tent, because I think the bears might be up. And I need the spoon. Okay, we're going to mix this up. I might have to get some more water. Half the pot on one side. And I got everything. I'll give a little more moisture to it. So I'm going to cut up some garlic here. Got 1 clove. Fingers are all dirty from messing with the fire. Part of camping. I'm going to put this in at the very end, I think. Kind of bigger cloves. 1 clove here. And we'll put the potatoes on top. Might spread this a little bit out. A little bit. Shepherd's pie. It's funny when hiking the Appalachian Trail or Pacific Crest Trail or Continental Divide Trail, when you have food, you're not bringing much out there, so you're eating everything. Like every crumb of this would be gone. And you spend time getting at every morsel. And then when there's just a little bit left, you put some water in there and you make like a drink from it just to get every single piece of it. So it's like very clean. I remember one time my hiking friend, Grandpa, is his trail name, we sat down for a cold soak lunch, which was only cold soak ramen noodles, which is, you know, not much in the grand scheme of things. And he accidentally spilt it, like all of it. And he was so sad, and I was in disbelief. And then the realization of how we're so sad over 1 thing of ramen noodles made us laugh in kind of a crazy, starving way. I think that was in the Sierra Nevadas. It's a long stretch without any food resupply. So I'm just going to smooth this over the top. And then I'm going to take it off the fire and I'm going to put coals on top. That's good enough. We'll let that cook for a little bit, see if those potatoes get a little roasted. Alright, we're going to call this done, no matter what. Almost got some coal in there. Oh, that looks really good. Oh my. Shepherd's pie. On Pie Day paddle. Oh, that looks good. All right. It's going to be too hot to eat, I bet, right now. Cool it down. Tempting. I'm going to touch the tongue. Looks good. Man, that's good. A lot of potatoes in that one. Try to get a little more meat. Meat and vegetables. Oh, there's a little bug in there. Should I add that and get a little more protein? I don't think so. Not in food. Little bugs down here. They swim. Woke them up. That is really good. I didn't season the meat at all, but it is really good. March 14th, 3.14. Delicious. I don't think it's going to get very cold tonight. Definitely not below freezing. I've got a tarp, a race shield, what's that? I have a Z-Light, and I have X-Light Thermarest. That's my pee bottle. And this Thermarest X-Light has been on thousands of miles of hikes all over the place. It's got one patch up there. It's got a leak somewhere in the valve, so in the middle of the night I'm going to have to wake up and refill it. But Thermarest's supposed to have a good warranty. I'll see if I can contact them, see what they can do for me. And then this is an REI co-op. Down bag 20, Ignos 25. So it should be fine, but I've slept in this thing. It was this, did this Triple Crown? No. Not quite. I think I started with the North Face Cat's Meow, and then I switched to this, and then I did all the PCT and CDT with this. But the it's hard to get the down clean after you've been in it 400 nights. Your body, you know, you're not washing yourself every night, so it's just really hard to get it perfectly clean. The zippers are also busted, so I flipped. It's a double zipper, so I flipped it, and then I just sewed this shut. So now it's just a little zipper. Here just goes one way up and down. You can't open the foot box anymore, but it works. And so I fluff it up as much as I can before I go to bed. Try to get the down to pop up a little bit. It's okay. It's definitely not great for 25 degrees anymore. I say it's still lighter than my summer bag. Wow. Getting a different wind. Wind's coming from the east. Strong. Full moon tonight. How about the fox? Well, the fox went out on a chilly night. Prayed for the moon to give him light. For many miles ago, that night before he reached the town, oh, many miles ago, that night before he reached the town. Wow, it's really getting windy out there. I might put this away, just in case it gets crazy. So it's raining, and a couple spots where there's holes in my tent. There's water that's dripping in, but I'm staying dry. I'm in a dry spot. I do have everything in a big garbage bag. Just make sure I don't get any drippings. I'm gonna have to set this up when I get home and probably use some tenacious tape, patch little tiny burn holes from the ambers from the wood stove. Ooh. Oh, the sound of morning. Deflation of the air mattress. Time to get up and get out of the warm sleep bag. I'll shut this off for a second. The geese and the swans and the ducks are so noisy. Could actually hear one fly over the tent this morning. Yeah, I hear the wings. It sounded like a little airplane. It's just like shh. They're so loud. Kind of a cool fog raising up. In the background there, that's Peasy's Lake. And there's a lot of fog there. There's probably a lot of ice. Okay, do a final idiot check. Make sure I didn't leave anything around. Oh, and this is why we do the idiot check. Can't believe I was there. Suppose I grabbed the Dutch oven and then grab that. There's where my kayak was, so that was dry. And I flipped that back. I saw my multi-tool was there, so I left it out. That was kind of dumb. Kind of in the current now. It's going to be hard to paddle one-handed. make any progress. Yeah, I got my rudder down back there. Quite beautiful. Nobody else out here on the river this morning. No fishing boats yet. Temperature's supposed to drop here, I think, tonight, so until we get below freezing again. It's good for the maple syrup that's running. You want it cold at night, warm in the day so it runs. You see all the logs up there. Probably pushed up there when the water was flooding. A lot of power. It's kind of interesting how the fog bank is on that side of the river. I mean, this side has more sun, so I guess that's shaded and it's cooler. Drips from above. We got a few drips on me. I suppose there's a lot of snow melting. Have to talk over the geese. This is kind of a cool little spot here of this trap rock or basalt. Thinking how the lava flow kind of formed it and then the river carved it out. I mean, that's hard rock. It's hard to imagine how the water can carve this out over time, but time and the power of water, those two things together are pretty amazing. I think this is some of the toughest rock in the world, basalt. I'm assuming this is basalt. It's kind of what the lava rock around here is called. Most locals call it trap rock. My sauna at home, I've got some trap rock or basalt on there. It works really good. Here's some pictographs right there. I don't know if you can see that, but not quite as good as the Boundary Waters, but closest ones to me. Minnesota side, I think this is called the Iverson site. You got a shaman, I think one of those things called, or I don't know, it looks like some kind of buffalo with horns or something. And then some handprints and a red circle with a red line around it. Not quite sure what it means, but very cool. Nice slab of rock.